triangles, like squares and rectangles, as being parts of families, okay? So think of like a family tree. A rectangle is actually a type of a quadrilateral. Remember, a quadrilateral is a shape that has a polygon that has 4 sides, 4 straight sides. A rectangle is also a type of a parallelogram. Here's our parallelogram right here in green. And a parallelogram, as the name might imply, it is a quadrilateral and the opposite sides are parallel. That's what makes it a parallelogram. Okay, a rectangle is a specialized type of parallelogram in that it has 4 right angles. Okay, a square, if I look at that family tree of a square falls into a number of different categories. Okay, first off, it is a quadrilateral. It's got 4 sides. It's a 4-sided polygon. It is also a parallelogram right in the middle here. Okay, it's a quadrilateral where the opposite sides are parallel to each other. A square is also a special type of a rectangle because it has 4 right angles. And lastly, it is a type of a what we call a rhombus. And if you look over on the family tree, the rhombus is the pink shape over on the right side here. A rhombus is going to be a parallelogram, so you have opposite sides are parallel, but each side is going to be equal in length. So our square then is actually a quadrilateral, a parallelogram, a rectangle, and a rhombus. Boy, it's a special kind of shape. If you want to take a look at the entire hierarchy of our different quadrilaterals, this is our family tree of different types of quadrilaterals. You can take some time to take a look at this, but know that this week, your main responsibility is to become familiar with the properties of squares and rectangles. You can go back over this video again, or you can move on to taking the exit ticket on squares and rectangles. Thanks a lot.
Okay, so children, that one is just a review of our lesson yesterday. Okay, so that is a brief review of our lesson yesterday. Did you understand? This is just a recap, children. Okay, so we have here the properties of a rectangle. So we already studied this one yesterday. So we have opposite sides are parallel and equal. Up in the bottom, they are the same in size. Okay, next we have the equal lengths. They have equal lengths. This one. Okay, so they are equal. What else? All 4 angles measure 90 degrees. Okay, so these are the angles of a rectangle. 1, this one, this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if it forms an L shape, it means that is a 90 degrees. Okay, so we have 4 sides. All 4 sides of a rectangle is a 90 degrees. Anyway, we have here last time. So our lesson yesterday is about equiangular quadrilaterals. In rectangle and square, they are in the same family. So we have here a quadrilateral whose 4 angles are right angle is called equiangular quadrilateral. So rectangle and square belongs to this family. Okay, next we're going to have the other one. Just a moment, we're just going to make it fast. This is just a recap anyway. We are finished with this one, children. Okay, just a moment. We're just going to make it forward. Okay. Can you still remember our lesson yesterday? So children, this is what I am telling you. This top and bottom, they are in the same. In this one, lengths, columns, they are in the same. They are parallel because the lines, if you're going to continue this one, they will not going to intersect at one point. That's why those are parallel. And they belong to parallelogram. This one, these two lines, they are the same. And if you're going to continue this line, they will not going to intersect from each other. Now we're going to move on to the square. Here we go, just a moment. Okay, now we're going to move on with the square. Okay, so all four of each sides are equal in length. Okay, so square is very lucky. They are all equal. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are all equal. So all four of its angles measure 90 degrees. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 angles, so we have 4 90 degrees. Okay, they are all the same. Its opposite sides are parallel to each other. So we're going to have this one. If you're going to continue this line, they will not going to intersect those lines. If you're going to continue this line, chung, 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 they will not going to intersect, children. In this one also, just a moment. Yesterday, you've got a little bit the others confused. This is what I am telling you yesterday. Do you have like this one in your book and the others? No, that is not the real one. This one becomes in here. So it forms like this one. Where am I? So it forms like this one. Like that one. But then some answered it is not a square. Okay. Some answered. So somebody, the others are confused. Okay. Now we're going to move on, children, with our main lesson is today, which is answering. We're going to have this one. Let me see. Okay. So could you please open your book? We have an activity today. So we're going to on with our activity, children. Open your book on page 174. Open your book on page 174. Just a moment, I will just going to share you my screen. Okay, here we go, children. So we have here page 174. Can you see my screen now? Page 174, math for the book. Okay, here you go. No way. Can you see page in here? Okay, so we have activity number 2, children. We're going to have activity number 2. Oh my goodness. It's going in there. Activity 2. So we have number 1. Number 1, what is this? Is it a rectangle or a square? Number 1.
A rectangle.
Okay, so number 1 is a rectangle. Okay, we're going to write it in big letters. Okay, how about number 2? No, do not answer. 3 and 4, that would be your turn. Okay, next we're going to move on with, we're just going to have one each example in it. Look at the shapes and answer each question. Okay. Okay. So we have number 3, activity 3, which items are equiangular, quadrilaterals? You're going to put on the numbers, okay, of each item in here. Which items are squares? Which items are rectangles? That is very easy. 4, draw a rectangle and a square by connecting the dots. Okay, you do first activity number 2. You do first activity number 2, children. If you have any question, just ask me, okay? Activity 2 and activity 3. And then we will check, and then we will going to have your score later. activity 3. Okay. You answer activity 2, 3, and 4. And then activity 3, A, B, C. That's it. If you have any question, just ask me. If you have any question, just ask me, okay? Reason the best goes round and round. Finish?
Finish.
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 Everybody finish? Those who are not yet finished, raise your hands, please. Those who are not yet finished, raise your hands, please. Okay. Okay, so everybody finished already. That's great. So now we're going to check, children. Okay. Okay. How about number 2? Focus 3, are you finished with your activity? Focus 3. Okay,
Yes.
number 2. What is the answer for number 2? A rectangle or a square?
10.
Children, number 2, rectangle or a square?
A rectangle.
A rectangle. Okay, for how about number 3?
Square.
A square, very good. How about number 4?
Square.
Okay, a square. Very good. How about activity 3? Activity 3, letter A. Activity 3, letter A. We have which items are equiangular quadrilaterals? Sophia.
All of them.
Okay. So if you answer 1 until 6, or you just put like this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's okay. You understand? Or you just simply write all of them. It's okay, children. You understand? That's correct. How about letter B? How about letter B? Which items are squares? Which items are squares? Which number? Which items are square, children? Anybody?
2.
2, what else?
4.
4, what else?
5.
5, very good. Okay, how about letter C? How about letter C? Which items are rectangles? 1,
1. 3.
3, and then
6.
6. Very good. 1, 3, and 6. Very good. Okay, so how many check do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to have this one, 6. 4 plus 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. This one is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, 4, 5. That's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That would be 16 points. Okay, let me see who got 16 points. Who got 16 points, children? Okay, children, could you please put your scores on the chat box? And later on, you take a photo of your activity and send it in our group inline. Okay, you put your scores in the chat box. I will just gonna check. Okay, Sophia got 16. Yaya got 16. Who else? Put all your scores in the chat box. Put your scores on the chat box, children. I Focus 1 got 15. Nia got 16. Tonkao 16. Fuse 10. Rada 16. Boom 16. Marvin, Marvin 16. Mini 14. Femi 14. Yim 16. Marvin, could you please take a photo of your activity, Marvin? Kauhom 16, okay. Tilek 16. Pukin 14. Else? How about the others, children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 students only are in here. You are all 20, how many? 33. So 33 minus my screen in Teacher Poi. Teacher Poi is here, right? She's not here. So 30 students. 16. How about the others? Yin, put lower your hand. It's okay. Winning 14. Who else? Okay. Now I'm still waiting for the others. For the score of the others. Okay, now we're going to move on with activity 3. Just a moment. Just going to end the show in here. Ching, ching, ching. Okay, so we're going to do page 175. Okay, it says in here for page 175, children, for the activity 4, draw a rectangle in a square by connecting the dots. You make a rectangle and you make a square by connecting the dots. Do you understand? Use your ruler. Can you follow?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, page 175. You do activity 4. Activity 4, it says in here, draw a rectangle and a square by connecting the dots. Okay, that's it. How about the others, children? I'm still waiting for the scores of the others. Finish? Finish? Finish, children?
Finish.
How about the others? Who are not yet finished? Raise your hands, please. Yeah, not yet finished. Okay, take your time. It's okay. We still have a lot of time. Today, we're just going to make some activities. Yeah, finish.
Finish.
Okay. Now listen, children. So we're going to move on with another one. We're going to present a video again with diagonals. Okay, diagonals of quadrilaterals. Okay, so we are done with this one. I'm going to let you take a photo of what you have done later on. Okay, so just a moment. Diagonals of quadrilaterals, so that we can do the other activity on page 176. So we're going to have another more lesson. Just a moment, please. Okay, so we have here diagonals of quadrilaterals. There you go. Just a moment. Okay. Can you see my screen now, children?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Oh, I'm so sorry. We don't have the sound. Okay.
This video explains what the diagonals of a quadrilateral are and the appropriate information that you need to know about them. So these are all quadrilaterals.
Okay, just a moment, children. We're just going to have another one. The sound is a little bit not too loud, but this is okay. But we're just going to have another one, okay? There you go.
Last time we had a look at the properties of quadrilaterals in relation to the sides and angles of those quadrilaterals. You might want to just pause the video here just to review these properties and have a read of what all the different kinds of quadrilaterals are and what kind of properties they have for angles and sides. Today we're going to be looking at further properties of quadrilaterals, but this time in relation to the diagonals of the quadrilaterals.
We're just going to we're going to forward it so that we can see.
Diagonal, there's also this diagonal here, right?
Just a moment, children, just a moment. Just a moment. I need something. Okay, so children, we have here diagonals. When we say diagonals, okay, they are the line segment whose endpoints are on opposite vertices of a quadrilateral. For example, this one is diagonal to this endpoint. This one is diagonal to this endpoint. Okay, so if we're going to have this one, I will just going to present an PowerPoint. This video will gonna take us long. We're going to watch it, children. Okay, just a moment. Diagonals. Just a moment. We're gonna take us long. We just okay. Wait. No. Are we just going to share you my screen, my own screen? Okay, just a moment, children. This will be easier. Okay, there you go. We're just going to clear it. Okay, there you go. So just a moment, children. We're just going to share you my screen. Let us see if we can see this one. Can you see my screen now? Okay. So when we see I will just going to use my note. Okay. So when we say diagonals, okay, so our lesson for today is about diagonals. Okay, so our lesson for today is about diagonals. Okay, here we go. So when we say diagonals, they are the line segment whose endpoints are on opposite vertices. Okay, so of a quadrilateral. For example, we have a square. Okay, we have a rectangle. This one is not exactly a rectangle anyway, okay? Not the same size. Okay, for example, we have this one. A, this endpoint is A. Can you see it on your screen? Is it okay? B, D, and C. Okay, so this quadrilateral names as A, quadrilateral A, B, C, D. Okay, or yeah, this one should be A, B, C, D. Okay, A, B, C, D. A, we have here A, B, C, D. Or you can just D, C, B, A. It can be if you're going to do the opposite. Okay, so we have here the diagonals. For example, we have here. They are in the opposite line. This one. This is what we call the diagonal. Chung, chung. Okay, so if we're going to have this one, endpoint DB or AC, we're going to have this one. AC, endpoint AC, and diagonal BD. Okay, so if we're going to write this one, BD and then AC, children. So if we're going to write the symbol for this one, it should be like this one. That is diagonal AC and diagonal BD. Okay. AC and BD are diagonals of quadrilateral ABCD. Can you follow? Can you follow, children? Can you follow?
Yeah.
Go. You can.
Okay. So we're going to have another one. This one is simpler, children. I'm so sorry. I have to use another one. Okay, one more example. One more example. We're going to have the rectangle. So this one is not too exactly a rectangle, but then it's just, I will just going to show you something, okay? Something that you can see. If I'm going to take my PowerPoint, it would take too long, so we're just going to use this note. Okay, so what are the names of these diagonals, children? We have, what is the name of this rectangle? What is that?
Y, Z.
Okay, W, X, Y, Z. Or you can just do the opposite, Z, Z, Y, X, W. Okay. So what are the diagonals of this quadrilateral? What are the diagonals of this quadrilateral? We have two endpoints and then two endpoints. This one, this one, this one, and this one.
W, Y, X, Z.
Okay, very good. W, Y, and Z, X, Z. Okay. Okay. We're just going X, Z. Okay, so if we're going to write, the diagonal should be like this. The symbol is like this one. Can you follow, children? Can you follow? This one is the diagonal of these, the two vertices, W and Y, and then X and Z. Two line segments whose endpoints are on the opposite. This one is the opposite of this point, and this point is the opposite of this point. So how are you going to get the name? We're going to start with this one, W, and then going to Y. And then we're going to have this one, X and Z. Okay. So we're just going to get the name of the diagonal by starting from the top, going to the bottom. Chung, 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 chung. Can you follow? One more. This one is easier, children. Okay, so we're going to have not exactly a square. We're going to have not exactly a square one. There you go. Okay, so I have here O, L, V. Okay, so what is the name of this square? What is the name of this square, children? What is the name of this square? Are we just going to make another one? I think much. Okay, we're just going to have a rectangle. Not exactly a rectangle. Okay, so what is the name of this rectangle, children? You can start in here at the left. Anybody? Quadrilateral. You can start in here, going here, chung, 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 chung. Or you can see here, chung, chung, chung.
L, V, L.
F, O, V, L. Sure?
F, O, M, V.
Okay, very good. Okay, so what are the diagonals? We're going to start from the top. Chung, that is one diagonal. This one is one diagonal. Okay, so what are the diagonals of this rectangle?
F, L, O, V.
F, L, and
O, V.
F, L, and O, V. Very good. So that is the sign. Can you follow? One more, children. Chung, 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 chung. Okay. So we're going to have another one. Another rectangle so that you can follow. Okay, so I'm going to name this one as this one is B. Okay, there you go. We're just going to have this one. This point is O. This one is N. This is R. Okay, so what is the name of this quadrilateral? What is the name of this quadrilateral, children? Okay, there you go. What is the name of this quadrilateral? You start from here, there, there, there. Anybody? Boom. Sophia.
BONR.
BONR. Okay. So what are the quadrilateral of this rectangle? So we're going to have this one, point B and N, point chung 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 chung. Anybody?
BNOR.
Very good. BNOR. Okay, so that is the sign, and this one is the sign. Can you follow? Can you follow, children?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we have here open your book on page 176. Page 176. There you go. So we have here number one. We have okay. So for number one, draw the diagonals of each equiangular quadrilateral. Then answer each question. You draw the quadrilateral, the opposite sides, and then after that one, number one, we have here which line segments are diagonals of a square NKBP. NKBP. Okay, so you must have to do that one. You're going to have the from the up and then up to you. Okay, for number two, which line segments are diagonals of rectangle YRLW? YRLW. You can see it there. And then how many diagonals does a rectangle have? Next, are the diagonals of a rectangle equal in length? How many diagonals does a square have? Are the diagonals of a square equal in length? That's the question. finish? Are you finished, children? Finish, everybody.
Finished.
Who are not yet finished, raise your hands, please. Those who are not yet finished, raise your hand, please. Okay. So we have here. Let's have a check first, okay, before we're going to end our class. Okay, so page 176. There you go. Okay, so we have here for number 1. Okay, for number 1, children, what is your answer? Which line segments are diagonals of square NKBP? What's your answer, Sophia?
P, K, and NB.
Okay, P, K, and NB. NB. B. Just a moment. In B, something I'm going to insert something like this one in here so that you can see. Chung, chung. There you go. And then this one. Chung, 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 chung. Okay. Oh my goodness. Can you see? Okay, there you go. Okay, next we have, why this one put in here? There you go. They have to put in here. Okay, so for number 2, we have, okay, there you go. Okay, so for number 2, we have number 2. Oh my goodness. It's not moving. Number 2. Okay, for number 2, we have, how about number 2, children? Which line segments are diagonals of rectangle YRLW? I'm just going to remove this one. You're just going to put the sign on your book. Which line segments are diagonals of rectangle YRLW? Anybody?
YL.
Okay, YL and
WR.
WR. Very good. Yeah, can follow. How about number 3? Number 3 we have here. Just a moment. How many diagonals does a rectangle have? How many diagonals? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Sophia?
2 diagonals.
2 diagonals. Okay, how about number 4? Number 4 we have here. Number 4 we have here. Are the diagonals of a rectangle equal in length? Are the diagonals of rectangle equal in length? Yes, Sophia?
Yes.
Okay, yes, they are. If you put yes only, that's correct. It's okay. How about number 5? How about number 5, children? How many diagonals does a square have? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1, 2, or 3, or 4? A square, how many diagonals, Sophia?
1.
You sure 1 only?
2 diagonals.
2 diagonals. Okay, how about number 6, children? So number 6, are the diagonals of a square equal in length? Yes or no? Diagonal of square equal in length? Sophia?
Yes.
Oh yes, they are. Okay. How many of you got 6 points? Who got 6 points? Yeah, 5 points. How about you? Sophia, 6 points. Josh, 6 points. Who else? Yim, 5 points. Nia, 6 points. Rada, 6 points. Nunglak, 6 points. At least. Focus 2, 6 points. Irene, 6 points. Ati, 6. Friendship, 5. Tongkao, 6. Angpao, 6. Wow. Mini, 6. Winning, 6. Focus 1, 5. Boom, 6. Children, all the diagonals of a square in rectangles, they are equal in length. Okay, because they are the equiangular quadrilateral. Okay, they are the exemption. Okay, now we're going to have another lesson next time for our topic is about circles, children. To another topic. Hope you understand. I think you understand our lesson because all of you got 6 and 5. So that's great job. How about the others who didn't put their scores in the chat box? Okay, so that's all for today, children. See you again tomorrow and goodbye. Bye-bye. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for listening. See you again.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, everybody. What will be
Bye.
goodbye? What will be your next lesson?
Chinese.
Next subject. Time?